Okay guys, so I decided I wanted to do a story time for you today. I have a ton of story times. So like I was sent back to Nigeria when I was in middle school for 2 years. Okay, that's one story or a bunch of stories. I was also like my nose ring, telling my mom about my nose ring, trying to, I'm African parents. That's another thing. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please make sure you subscribe. And also make sure you like this video if you like story times, want to see more from me, because I got y'all. So, okay, as you can see from the title, this one is called The Time My Phone Got Stolen While I was in Houston at the club, or whatever. I don't know what I'm gonna call it, but you know, that's the whole story basically. I'll tell you all the details, so this might end up being a little bit long. So if you're not prepared for that, you know, get prepared so you can, you know. Okay, so Tawny, you guys know Tawny on YouTube, Tawny AV. I'll leave her YouTube channel down below, so definitely go check her out. But Tawny was getting married. So, I mean, she picked me as one of her bridesmaids. I was like, oh, me? You know, and the story of how we met is another story. I'm sure like when I see her, we can definitely talk about that. So we went to her bachelorette weekend in Dominican Republic, so that was lit. And so basically we were just prepared for the wedding. We were prepared, and it was in August, last August. And so I was hyped, I was ready, I was ready to dance on all that stuff, even though I don't really know how to dance, but anyway. She was gonna have a traditional wedding on Thursday, and then her like white wedding on Saturday. So I flew in on Thursday afternoon time, okay? And before then I told everybody like on my Instagram that, you know, okay, like, you know, it's Tawny's wedding, and I'm gonna Snapchat everything, so I had people follow me on Snapchat. So I'm one of those people who likes to document like things that are going on. Like I know some people are like live in the moment, but for me it's like this is living in the moment. I want to capture everything so I can look back on it. You know, I don't know if anybody's like that. So we had our traditional outfits. I'll put some photos here, and it was just we were just excited. So the entire wedding was amazing. Side note, Tawny's wedding was featured on CNN, like CNN. So I'll actually leave a link to that down below.
The elaborate ceremony of a Yoruba wedding on the other side of the world. This week, Inside Africa travels to Houston, Texas for a Nigerian wedding.
It's never boring. I've never done a Nigerian wedding that's boring, ever.
So if you want to see her wedding, traditional wedding, that was so much fun. It was so much fun. I'm just like, Tawny, you're just a superstar. So even me, I was just like, I was getting ready. I was like, I'm gonna be on TV like for the world. So, you know, you have to dress appropriately. So I was just so excited. So that was the traditional ceremony. So we planned to go to the club on Friday night, and so Thursday night, no one really like, everyone kind of like just chilled. It wasn't really like, oh, let's go out, because we knew, okay, Friday night is gonna be, you know, we're gonna go to Belvedere and all that stuff. Shout out to people who live in Houston, Belvedere, okay. Anyway, Thursday night went smoothly, everything, we danced, all the stuff, everything that happened, whatever, cool. It's not Friday, okay? So Friday was rehearsal day. And of course, if you know Tawny likes to dance. Like, that's just her thing. And so she was like, oh, we all need to learn a choreographed dance. Me, the day before the wedding, to learn a choreographed dance. Me. I was just like, I was kind of sad, but I was like, I'm gonna learn this. I'm not gonna make any mistakes, you know, whatever. Stay tuned to see if I made any mistakes. But anyway, so Friday we went to the rehearsal. We went to the reception hall. It was beautiful, gorgeous, and we practiced. I was scared. Every single second I had, like after we practiced, I was just trying to do the dance moves. I was like, I'm gonna mess up. Like, you know, there's gonna be so many people. You know. So yeah, that was rehearsal. It was cool. Everybody was just. It was just fun. Like everybody was just having fun. Everyone was just preparing for the night, Friday night, and then also Saturday, the actual like white wedding. So Friday, we get back to the hotel. We went to, I think there was a rehearsal dinner. Yeah, there was like a, you know, rehearsal dinner where everybody was just chilling. So that was nice too. We all got to just like eat. And then it was time to go home, go to the hotel and just like, you know, pre-game and just like chill, get ready for the club. This is a preamble. I just have to let you guys know all this stuff before I jump in. So in all of this, I'm Snapchatting, I'm like, you know, just like everything. Like I posted on Instagram on the traditional day, everything. So like, I mean, I'm just one of those people who just has my phone and, like I said, documents. Cool. So Friday night, we get to the club and we had a section at Belvedere, so it was just live. Like everybody came, everyone in the wedding party, she had 6 bridesmaids, he had 6 groomsmen, and just friends in general just came. So like, we were just having fun. Yeah, we're partying, whatever, you know, it's all fun, dancing, you know, just everything, like, right, okay. I'm just having a good time, and I was Snapchatting. I'm just like, oh, I need to use the bathroom, right? And so, you guys know, girls, and I was just like, oh, come with me, and I think I just grabbed either Lola or Uguam. And so we went to the bathroom, and so I remember this distinctly, okay? So I had my phone, and when I went to the bathroom, and I put it on this thing on the side, like just put it down, okay? And then I used the bathroom, whatever, and I left, right? When I got to my seat, I was just like, And I was like, where's my phone? So I just, you know, at this point, I wasn't gonna grab Uguam, and I just went to the bathroom. And somebody was just leaving. I didn't even pay attention to the person that was leaving, like, okay, but mistake number 1. So I get there and I look at the place where I remember putting it, and then I didn't see it. And I was just like, And then I tried to remember the person that just left, and I literally, when you didn't even look at the person, so I was just like, okay, whatever. So I think there was like an attendant outside, so I was like, hey, do you know where my phone is? Like, I left it in this room, and she was just like, oh, I don't know. And I was just like, okay. So I get back to my seat, and I'm just like, I'm still breathing, right? Like, but I'm just like, it's my phone, like, someone take my phone, you know? So anyway, so Lola was right next to me at this point, so I'm just like, hey, Lola, someone took my phone, like, I need to call it. And so everyone's still dancing, so she's just like, oh yeah, here's my phone. So I'm just like, okay. So I'm still breathing, I'm still cool. Everyone's just like, okay, thanks. You know, I grabbed her phone and I called myself, right? I called myself. And someone picks up. And I hear the music that I'm hearing outside, inside the phone. Like, and I'm just like, and I'm just like, this is the music, so, you know, it's obviously still here. And then I'm just like, hey, click. And I'm just like, stop. They did not just hang up on me. Like, what is going on? So I tried calling back, voicemail. So I'm just like, wow. So, okay, so now my phone is dead. Meaning that Find My iPhone is no longer going to work. I don't know if you guys have iPhones and know how this works, but basically, Find My iPhone only works when it's connected to the internet. That's it. So, cool, right? All right. That's a smart idea. So my phone's now off, so I'm just like, So I told like a couple people around me. I don't think I ended up telling Talani until later because I didn't want her, you know, wedding celebration to be whatever, but a couple people around me knew that I didn't have my phone. And I was kind of just like, okay, I'm just gonna be okay today. I'm gonna try to, you know, turn on Find My iPhone when I get home. Let me just have fun. So at the end of the rest of the night, I was like, you know, we went to the bartender after the whole thing closed and just like, oh, did anyone turn on the phone? They were like, no. Went to the DJ and they like announced. But in my mind, I'm just like, the person turned off the phone. Like, obviously, they're trying to steal the phone. It's not this thing where it's just going to be sitting at all of a sudden at the bar. But, you know, you have to try anyway. So that was that. So my phone's now gone. And obviously, I know that I should have left it, and I obviously should have like either like paid attention to the person's face. You know, there's certain things that I should have done. But either way, the person took my phone, right? I was just like, what kind of useless I was so pissed because in my mind, I was just like, why are you such a, like, who does that? Like, in my mind, I wouldn't do that to somebody, even if it's just like, okay, yeah, I need it for, but it's just like, why are you don't believe in karma, you don't believe in doing good, and like, I don't really understand why you would just like take someone's phone. Like, that's just, you know, but that's me. Maybe I'm different, I don't know. Like, especially when the person now calls you, you see it and you not turn off the phone. Yeah, just, anyway. Breathe, because I'm semi getting angry again. Why am I getting angry again? So we get back to the house. I look on my iPhone. My phone is off, so it's not gonna show up. So I put a little thing in there and said, hey, call this number if, you know, like to return it or whatever, something along those lines. So I put one of my friends' numbers there, and this was Friday night. So the wedding was Saturday, and for me, I was just really irritated because I wanted to really like document this wedding from my own phone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just, you know, that whole thing. I could obviously get a new phone, I had insurance. Like, that wasn't like the main issue. It's just like I have a ton of photos on my phone and I hadn't backed up my phone in how long. So I didn't even know what I would have lost. You know what I mean? Like, what was on the phone to even feeling sad about losing. I made it a point. I was just like, you know what? I prayed about it and I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna let this bother me and mess up the entire wedding. Like, why would I do that? So, okay, right? That's cool. It's now Saturday. We get up, everyone's getting ready, you know, we're just chilling. Like, I mean, I don't have my phone, but I decided not to even think about it. Luckily for me, Lola didn't have Snapchat at the time. If it was Lola now, there's no way she would let me use her phone for the extended amount of times that she let me use it at the wedding. But thank God she didn't have Snapchat. So I was able to like document some things. We went to the church, we did all the church stuff. Then we had a party bus to the reception, and it was like a 45-minute drive or an hour drive. So we were just having a time of our lives on the party bus, and the photographers actually came with us on the party bus. So we really just got to document everything, you know. And when we got to the reception, we got there pretty early, and so we were just all chilling in the room upstairs. This is the time, oh by the way, the dance that we learned on Friday that I was scared of, it was like we were gonna dance in and do the whole dance. If I can find it, I'll actually like insert it, just like clips of it, because I feel like people had it. But anyway, yeah. So I was obviously like, you know, scared of that. I was obviously scared of that part. I was just like, hey, God, please, I don't care about my phone. Help me not make a mistake. Like, just help me get through this dance. So, and we were first. Me and my partner were first. So that was another thing. Like, can we be second? Like, why first? Why? So we danced in. I was just like trying to get out of there quick. I was just like, but yeah, so we got there quick. And then everyone just came or whatever. I ended up making one mistake. I mean, you can't tell. Like, actually, if I didn't tell you, you wouldn't really know. I mean, you kind of would. But yeah, I made one mistake, but it ended up being fine. It was so fun. Everybody was like, yeah. Everyone came around. It was just a really, really good time. And then we danced all night. It was just great. Then it was time to go. So Sunday now comes, and I'm like, oh, I have time for you. I have time for you. You know that, like, oh, you want to steal my phone? Okay, the wedding is over. No, like, I don't no longer distracted. I have time for you, thief. So I get the laptop again, and then God did it. They turned on my phone. Like, so it showed where my phone was. Like, address, everything, like, there. I was just like, eh? So as soon as I saw it, I was just like, screenshot, like, because I don't want it to go away. So I Googled the address, and it turned out it was like an apartment complex. So I was just like, how am I, like, what am I going to do with that? So anyway, so I sent a note. I now sent a new note, and I was like, hey, can you know, something. I don't remember what I sent this time. Then they turned off the phone. So I don't think they got to see the message, right, that I sent. Sunday goes by, and I left either Sunday night or Monday morning. So nothing more happened with my phone, like, really. So I got back home on Monday. I checked to find my iPhone thing again, and it was on again. My phone was on again. So I'm just like, what are these people doing? Like, on, off, whatever. But it was in the same location. So now I was like, you know what? I'm going to pull some taken tactics on these people. So what I did was, I now messaged them, hey, I know you live at blah, 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 blah street, zip code. I gave them everything, and I said, call blah, blah, blah to return the phone. Like, just basically that. So I was like, I will find you. I will come to your apartment complex, and I will knock. But I don't think they knew that I didn't know exactly what apartment they live. So yeah, so they have my friend's phone. So then she gets a text, literally not even 2 minutes after I put that message where I told them I know where they live. She gets a text, and it goes, hey, I have this phone. I just got it from my friend's bag. She got in an accident this weekend. Are you listening? Are you guys listening? She got in an accident this weekend and is in a coma. And I saw this phone in her bag, and I want to return it to the owner. I said, oh, okay. So that's the story that you want. Your friend got in a car accident and now is in a coma. And so now you went through her bag, saw this phone that didn't belong to her, and now wants to return it to me. So I look like a fool to you, Abby. I look like a fool. Does anybody believe that there was any coma, anything? Like, I'm sorry, like, I do not believe any of that rubbish nonsense. And in my mind, I'm like, you couldn't even come up with a better lie. Your mind told you to say that somebody now got an accident, now the coma. I was so annoyed. I was like, so on top of stealing my phone, you want to now think that I'm a fool on top of it. Okay. So I'm just like, you know what? Whatever. At this point, so I text back. I'm like, hey, yeah, can I call you? Like, I need to, figure out how to get this phone. She was like, oh, I can only talk through text. I'm just like, it's not even you that stole it. So why does it matter if I know your voice? Anyway, so all in all, by the way, on Monday when I got back, I already called the insurance company. I already, had a phone coming like the following day. But my whole thing was like, I still wanted my phone back if I could get it, so I can like, at least get the stuff on it off of it. And like, hopefully just return the insurance phone, because I still had to pay like $175 or something for it. So why should I? My phone was pretty much new. What was the point? So I had a phone coming. And this whole correspondence with this girl would never respond to text. I put her in contact with my friend who still was in Houston. She would never respond. Finally, we figured out a place that they were gonna meet. It was gonna be like a public place, whatever. And so the day now came for them to go get it. It was out, my friend and her boyfriend. They went to go get it for me, thank God, because obviously she wasn't gonna go by herself. Who knows if this person's psycho, busy lying about friends being in comas and stuff. So no. So anyway, so she went with her boyfriend, and literally she's oh my goodness, what am I saying? Rewind. So I called my friend when she sent this coma nonsense. I call my friend and I tell her the story, and we just are like pissed. We're just laughing because it's like so horrible lie. And we were just like, let's go look on WhatsApp to see if this number, like, if we can see who it is. We put the number in WhatsApp. Like, we put her in our contacts and click it, and we see a picture of the girl. And my friend actually thought, she was like, I've seen this girl before at Belvedere before. Like, when she's been there. And I was just like, you see her life. So you're stealing phones in Belvedere. That's what she turned into, Abby. A fool that steals phones at the club. A fool. So anyway, whatever. So we're like, screenshot, we know who you are. But it wasn't one of those things we're gonna like, do anything about it. But we were just like, oh, we know you are, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, so the day now finally comes, and they're sitting in the car, the windows down. It was hot in Houston, so, the windows are down. And literally, they're sitting there, and she's in the passenger seat, my friend. All of a sudden, literally, she didn't even know, the phone somebody just threw a phone into her lap and walked away fast. And as she turned, she could tell it was the girl that, we had screenshot her face. But she did not want to talk. It wasn't like a conversation of like, oh, hey, here's the phone that my friend is now in a coma. Obviously she was only stole it, and just walking off like a thief and just wanted to return it because we know where she lives. I was like, yo, that was savage though. Like, we know where you live type stuff. Anyway, so now she has my phone, and I'm just happy this whole ordeal is over. Except it wasn't. She sent it back to me. At this point, I've already had a phone for like a week or so. She sent it back to me. Now, I'm like, and this whole thing took like 2 weeks. It was just so long and dragged on and on and on. So anyway, by the time I got my phone, the phone, I told you, new phone, nothing wrong. Like, it was pretty new that I didn't need the new phone that I had. So I called the insurance company, and I was just like, hey, I found the phone that I, declared lost. Can I get my, can I return this phone that you gave me and use this, like, restore my phone? Why did these people say, oh, no? And I'm just like, no, what do you mean no? And they said, this is what these people said. They said, oh, it's been longer than 2 weeks, or I don't remember, 14 days. I don't remember how long it said, but it's been longer than the specified time. And now that phone is now a block phone. And I'm like, can I send any phone to you to get my money back? They're like, no. I'm just like, what do you mean? Because now I have 2 phones. One cannot be used anywhere. Like, I Googled how to use it, like, in some way. They said, that phone is done. And so I was just like, so I guess my phone was to take back to Nigeria when she was going back. And I was like, Mom, maybe you can find someone to use it, find someone to unlock it somehow. Nigerians are very savvy, whatever. I got my, like, all the stuff back. It's funny because, like, the last thing on my phone was, like, a video I made right before I went to the bathroom or something. It was just really funny. Anyway, so that's the story. That is literally what happened to me. People, just be good. Be good, people. Because you didn't have to put me through all that. I'm just really happy she didn't know how to, override everything. You know how people are, like, experts at, stealing phones, and, like, you never turn the phone back on because like rule number one, because then they can turn on by my iPhone and find the phone. But thank God she was an expert. Thank God we were able to, you know, use taking tactics and get the phone back. And just thank God in general. It was definitely an ordeal. It definitely hurt my heart. But all in all, the wedding was great. I had a great time at her wedding, trust me. And anyway, that's the end of the story. So if you like this video, like I said, give me a thumbs up. If you made it this far, because I know this is long, I already know. Definitely comment down below what you think. Has anything crazy happened to you? Like, tell me any crazy stories that happened to you. I definitely want to know. And yeah, thumbs up if you want to see more story times, because I can definitely do those. I have a ton of things that have happened to me in my life. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
Watch me whip, kill it. Watch me nay nay. Okay. Now watch me whip, whip. Watch me nay nay. Can you do it? Now watch me. Ooh, watch me, watch me. Ooh, watch me, watch me. Ooh, watch me, watch me.